Alright, welcome everyone for another round of Subnautica Below Zero. I have done some expanding with the base. I've pretty much brought everything back from the original base over by the life pod. You see I have a good bit more storage in here because realistically we don't have that much interior decorating wise or interior utility wise to fill up the walls. So I've got a bunch of storage going. I also went ahead and did some planter pots, just so if I find something I can plant, which I don't believe is active right now in the game, I'll have some of those. Maybe some marble melons or something can go in there. Alright, so we've got that. I went ahead and did the jukebox, which right now only plays one song. That's it, one song. Click, 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 click. I also went ahead and expanded my interior containment to the next level, so I have 2 levels of the little oblong one. And I took the sea monkey eggs out and placed them in a separate one over here, and they still have yet to hatch. So I don't know if maybe that's disabled for them in the game right now, or maybe there's some feature we're going to have to do later on where we create a certain environment that allows them to spawn. But as you can see, I have a good bit of fish going in there. I've also been doing a lot of gathering up out and about as I move around of fish, like bladderfish and others. And we've got a stray boomerang in here. A nice view down from here. I'm still thinking at least that second floor to be planters and food production with plants later. This will be like the house, living quarters, or maybe the work area, just so I don't have somebody else, hey, show up to rescue me and swim by and see me half naked down here in my bed. And I don't know if this is a matter of the glass ceiling or if this is just the way the design works, but you see my solar panels are not actually physically connected. They're just floating above, but I have fully loaded this with solar panels because once it hits nighttime, my power production's gone, and just charging something like a battery has been draining my power completely. Not because of how much power is going into the battery, but because of other stuff that's draining power actively with this. And of course, if I use the scanner room, forget it. Power's gone in no time at all during the night. So that's interesting. If you have the prawn suit docked, you lose your backup camera. I guess it makes sense because once it's docked, you can't dock another module behind you. Another thing of not having the backup camera for this is it's really hard to kind of turn and back up to where you want to deploy your prawn suit. You know, I think they need to adjust that. The backup camera should be mounted up higher on it, you know, or to the side, something where this is not a problem when it's docked. So now we're in and we're gonna go. So my main point of this is just really to have the prawn suit act as a little mobile breathing spot so I can go through, do the scanning and everything that I missed before. Oh, we got titanium and gold in here. How nice. Then just, yeah, not worry about much else. Just getting PDAs. That PDA said nothing. Okay, that looks like it should be scannable. Seriously. It looks like it's something I should be able to scan. Oh. Why can I not pick that up? It's right there. That's completely different than anything in the past. It actually shows. So, oh, hey, there it goes. How about that? I just had to target this one tiny little area on it, and it let me pick it up. All right, so if you have problems with that, just wiggle up and down until you find that spot that you're supposed to apparently know the target. All right, I'll go ahead and free up some space. Jump jet upgrade. That's going to help. All right, we're going into the little cavern. Oh! I just got out of the prawn suit and was killed by it. So that room I was in was just a waste of time anyway. One that I got out to, you know, get killed by exiting the prawn suit. There's nothing left in there. I got it all. So let's just look around in here. Because it's supposed to be, at least in experimental now. Look, you can see the new outcroppings, the little veins where you can drill. That's a titanium vein. So either the drill arm or the little drop-off mining tool, whatever it's going to be called. But yeah, I was supposed to, according at least to the experimental notes, be able to get the vehicle upgrade console unlocked in here. Whether that actually is the case now in this version of the game, I can't say, but we'll keep looking. So this will definitely be a nice little spot to get some resources, at least, you know, for a certain amount of things. Titanium, diamond, I found some copper, we got ruby. So there's gonna be some good utility for this in terms of just resource location. But I'm not seeing anything else in this room that screams out to me, hey, you need to come scan this. Ah, so there is also a little opening here, if I can get through. And it looks like I'm stuck there. So, yeah, the net, oh, there it goes, I'm through. I'm also out of battery on the Sea Glide. So maybe I should change it up. Oh, hey, there's a bigger opening, so I can get the prawn suit into there. So you know what, we'll swap the repair tool battery out for this. Or, sorry, I've got a little hotspot there, so if you want to build inside that area, you've got some thermal heat up here. You know, have to use the power transmitter later. Okay, so going up a towering set of hotspots. Yeah, I don't know if I'll... Oh, there's another one. Oh, boy. I need my reinforced dive suit. Alright. Oh, yep. Keep going. Up and up we go. So there is a way in. It's kind of a very twisty, turny way, and a lot of geothermal hotspots here. Yeah, this is not a way I'd want to come in without a vehicle. Either prawn suit, sea moth, something like that. Sea Glide does not work well enough in terms of protection against that sort of heat. 2:21 in the morning, so we're on our way towards daytime. You see, I'm producing actually some power somehow, but that's just the base running on its own is draining power. So I'm constantly draining, even without any exterior lighting or anything. And once you add in the scanner room or something like that, it drains much faster. But what we're gonna do, oh yeah, and I need to probably do some battery charging while I'm thinking about it. So my scanner room is fully equipped, and whoa, that's interesting. It's showing the camera on the docking module for the sea truck, not the cameras themselves. But I have got max range on this, so we're gonna scan for data boxes because I think I've got a nice chunk of the cave system there within range of this. I've already checked those data boxes. They're opened, and it's still showing them, of course, as available, even though I've already used them. So I'm just gonna go this way. Now that I have the jump jet upgrade, I'm gonna go try to find that little volcano area entrance, because I know I've seen it before and just didn't really have the means to venture very far in because of the hotspots. All right, I've got a data box showing down that way, and I'm seeing the effects of an eruption, but not the source of the eruption. So I am in that cave system, and that's how close I am to it. So, where'd that go? Right there. I'm going to chance it and see if I can do it without the prawn suit. I feel like the prawn suit would be a bit of a pain to actually maneuver back up this way. Oh, and it's just the data box that I've already opened. So yeah, if it's seeing this data box right now, here, then it's showing those data boxes. There's no other data box in the cavern right now, which means the information I saw about this having the, you know, vehicle upgrade console available in here is experimental still. Okay, so I saved in my prawn suit in the tunnel before I started to go down through the tunnel system using just the Sea Glide. I reload the save, and it puts me inside the sea truck docking in the moon pool. So now I've got to go back into here to get my prawn suit back because it decided to change the location that I was saved at. Oh boy, yeah, there's one of the big guys. He's going in for some dinner. And it looks like we've got some additional scanning stuff here, so you can't get me in here. This is too narrow for you. At least it looks to be too narrow for them. You know, sleeper module, that's fine. I've already got it. It really does nothing other than the cosmetics. I actually wonder why they even put it in. This just does not have very much. Oh, there we go. Data bots. Booster tank. More lithium. Oh boy. Hi, buddy. Just gonna grab this real quick. Oh yeah, you go over that way. I'm going over here. So the big guy got a hold of me. He did some damage. But at least he decided to let go when he's like, I can't swallow this thing. Okay, so we got a booster tank. Rather than say like, hey, this is a booster to your oxygen supply, like you use this little thing and bam, you got a little quick boost of oxygen. No, it's a booster tank to give you some speed by combining a high capacity O2 tank, which I should still have a spare, and an air bladder, which I have not made because generally I don't use air bladders. Alright, so I went out and got some bladder fish, but before I turn them into water, we're going to go ahead and make that air bladder, use my old spare high capacity O2 tank, and make a booster tank. We're going to try this thing out. Also, I'm going to make some more water because I am burning through water way too fast. Okay, so I've got the booster tank in instead of that. So, yeah, what do I do now? Oh! I do the Superman thing by holding down shift. You know, I feel like they got this idea from another game because Breath Edge, you can actually get an upgrade for your suit that uses, well, in that game, flatulence to give you a little speed boost through the void of space. That's kind of funny. I really don't think that's that useful. Okay, so you know what? Let's do speed test. So I am here like that. You can see my camera position and everything. See, this is player velocity. All right, so minus 5.2, just normal swimming. Okay, we're gonna do player with the sea glide minus 6.6. We'll say it kind of jumps around 6.6, 6.5 a bit. All right, so just the booster tank. So it bounces a lot more, but you see, and it seems like I ran out of gas on that because I ran down to just my lung capacity. So no more booster tank. All right, let's get this again. All right, 0, booster tank, Superman pose, up to 9 something, typically hovering around 8 to 9. Okay, so sea glide and booster tank. Yes. Barely any difference. I saw it hit, it capped 10. But it seems like it's basically getting you up to about 8 on the speed with the booster tank. And I just don't see that as being worth the use. Use the sea glide and you'll get pretty much the same speed without that detriment. Maybe you have the booster tank as a backup. You know, I mean, you could technically use it for additional oxygen storage. You know, but hey, I'm going to swap to this. And if I do not need the speed, I can just use the O2. But, you know, if you start using it for speed, make it an emergency situation like, okay, my sea glide's out of power, and I need to get out of here fast. All right, so that's going to be it for this episode of Below Zero. Honestly, I'm really getting to where the more I play this, the less enthusiastic I am about the final result because it feels like some of these upgrades, some of these additions, make me question, are the devs even playing the game themselves? And do they really see some of these aspects being that useful to most players? I know there are going to be that small group of players that like, I'm in love with the booster tank. I love it. I love it. And then most players are probably going to be like, yeah, this really isn't that useful. I just don't see many of these additions really fitting to the majority of players that would play, because there's just not a lot of utility to a lot of it. But we'll wait and see what happens with final release. Again, I'm getting less and less enthusiastic about it the more I play it now during the development, which is the opposite of how I felt with the original Subnautica game. But like I said, that is it for this episode of Subnautica Below Zero. So if you enjoyed it, be sure to hit that like button, leave me a comment below, let me know what you think about this yourself, and hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. As always, I'm your host, Mr. Spicy. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to keep it spicy this week, and I will see you in the next video.